physical examination of how to maybe check blood pressure or vital signs, or we are looking at how to examine a pelvis or an abdomen, for instance. All of this is covered in these physical examinations. And then we also have emergency medicine and critical care. So we offer enough for like a lot of medical and paramedical kind of courses content over here. And then we have the lab manual, which is again meant for a first year course. Currently, we only have biology and chemistry. We are obviously expanding the platform to include more. But to give you an example of what we mean by laboratory manual is within biology, let me pick an example. If I would like to understand, for instance, maybe say DNA isolation and restriction enzyme analysis, what this essentially does is how the students would actually perform in a laboratory. We've divided this into 3 parts. So we have an instructor prep, which is obviously meant for the instructor. And here the instructor will actually have the list of what is the experiment about and the requirements. So if you're setting up an experiment in the laboratory, the requirement list is available ready at hand for you to straight away download as a PDF and then set up your laboratory for the experiment. So it will give you an exact count of every miscellaneous item, something as small as a stopwatch. So if you're performing the experiment in a group, you probably need a stopwatch per group. So every small detail is covered in the requirement list. And then we have the concept video, which is obviously meant for the students, which is again a very short animated video. And then finally, we have the student protocol, which is divided into different parts. For example, this particular is DNA isolation and restriction enzyme analysis. So the first part is DNA isolation, restriction, digestion, DNA profiling. And all of this, again, can be watched individually, which means when I embed the full video, I still have the liberty to maybe, let's say, jump straight away to the restriction digestion section and watch that bit of the video if I like. And very importantly, from a student viewpoint, the results section is very essential because this will help the students understand how to interpret the observations of the experiment that they perform. So just to give you, again, an example of the results. So here, straight go to the results.
In this experiment, you will perform DNA isolation under 2 experimental conditions. In this experiment, you will perform DNA isolation under 2 experimental conditions, one using a buffer containing the detergent SDS, and one without detergent. The alternate hypothesis for this experiment might be that the sample prepared without SDS, a strong anionic detergent that breaks apart cell membranes, will yield less DNA than the sample prepared with SDS. The null hypothesis for this experiment might be that both samples will yield an equal amount of DNA. To begin, collect a tissue sample for DNA isolation. Here you will be using your own cheek cells. Use a popsicle stick to scrape the insides of your cheeks for approximately 30 seconds.
So again, this is a very informative kind of a video where obviously you will have some animation, cartoon animation coming and explaining the concept bit, and then in between it will keep going back to the person who's an expert in the laboratory is performing this. So they'll be able to watch all the steps. And like I said, if you like the video and you want to incorporate it in your teaching, all you have to do is embed video or start putting the videos that you like aside, and then you can also do multiple videos at one time by adding them to a playlist. Another way of, so the simplest way in this case is, okay, if one has a question of how do I look up my video of interest? So obviously you can do subject or you can go module. So if I do subject and I say engineering, you will see everything related to engineering in one place. So JoVE Core, this is the new collection that's coming up very soon. In the core section, the small animated videos, and then we have science education and the core mechanical engineering. The second way of looking up videos is maybe randomly to a search. So for example, I could say let me just say skeletal muscle randomly. What I'm going to do is maybe put in a keyword. And when I put in a keyword in the website search box, you will have all results from the research section appearing on the left-hand side of the website, all from the education appearing on the right-hand side of the website. So again, you can very easily browse through your content of interest. And then the third way of doing it is this little thing that you see in red over here called the Faculty Resource Center. We have made 3 or ready-to-use playlists. So if you had to go, for instance, over here, and I say engineering, then I'm looking at, so you will, within engineering, you obviously have videos related to solid state physics, but we have not put that as a category. We put that as an umbrella called engineering or physics and engineering. But if I'm teaching a course related to solid state physics, probably it's the best thing to do. Go to the Faculty Resource Center, see if anything is already available, pick a playlist to view. Once you click on the playlist, you should be able to see what videos are available here. And if you think this is a perfect match, great, you can go ahead and embed all the videos. If you think that I'm teaching a first year class and this is probably a mix of education and research content like you see over here, and I want to make small modifications to take the research content out, no problem. That is also possible. So we'll give you a copy of this playlist in an editable format where you can take the research content off. Even easier, let me know, I like this playlist, but I want it without the research content. We will do this bit for you. So we can give it to you as you like. We can do customized mapping upon your mapping syllabus request. You can use one of our pre-ready playlists. You can create your own playlist, or you can just come to us and say, I need help with setting up my LMS. This is my course. You do everything. We're happy to do that as well. And then we go to the Faculty Resource Center to, again, show you something that Patrick covered, is videos mapped to your textbook. So I'll just go to the all textbook section. It's easier for you to understand what we have. But we've tried to map the most common or popular textbooks that are used worldwide. So general biology, cell and molecular biology, microbiology, biochemistry. Leninger, for example, is one of the most popular books that that are used worldwide. We have clinical, so we have medical physiology for all medical related courses, chemistry, and the list goes on. And despite this, if you don't see a book here, please feel free to let us know. This is the book we use. It's a first year course. Can you map this for us? Yes, definitely we can map this for you. So the turnaround time for a syllabus mapping is usually about 3 to 5 business working days. And for a full textbook, it would be good to have this well in advance before the start of your semester, because it usually takes about 4 weeks, considering that's a very exhaustive mapping request to do. And what do we do when we say mapping? I've been using this word quite often. So let me pick up Campbell Biology, for instance. By mapping, I simply mean that chapter 1 over here corresponds to chapter 1 in the book. And we've picked out videos that fit the content of chapter 1 for this particular book. So if you're teaching content from chapter 1, all relevant videos that will help them understand the concept are available for you straight away to use. So like I said, you can start using one of our ready mapped playlists from these textbooks, or you can give us a mapping request and we'll be happy to cater to that. So now the big question, if I like a video and if I like to embed the video, how do I do it? Simply put, there are different ways to do it, but I'll use the simplest one on the demonstration today. Not just to avoid any confusion, but if anyone is interested, we are available to connect with you separately on a one-on-one demo, and we can run you through all the steps and different options that are available, including the quizzes. So let's pick this particular video, the very first video I see on my screen, Characteristics of Life. Every video will be accompanied by an embed video button. So all you have to do is click on embed video. But more importantly, before you start embedding, you must ensure that you are logged into your JoVE account. How do you do that? All you have to do is on the top right corner over here where you see my name, you will see a sign in button. Okay, so let me just sign out. So this is how it will appear if you have not logged in. If you have previously tried logging into JoVE, all you have to do is click on sign in, put in your institutional email, a password that you may have chosen, and sign in. If you do not remember your password, no problem. Say forgot password. It sends a link to your email and you can retrieve it, set a new password and log in. And if you're a first-time user, all you have to do is say create an account. It will send an email, a verification email. It might take a couple of seconds. It will ask you to choose your role. I would encourage everyone to fill out those details and choose your role as a professor because you have additional features that are available or accessible to you as a faculty. So please choose your role as a professor, and then you can straight away sign in. And once you sign in or log in, you should be able to confirm that with your name appearing on the top right corner. Okay. Once you are into the section, all you have to do is go to your video of interest and choose a video for embedding purpose. So I'll just pick a video again. Back to the same video. And then we say embed video. And all you have to do is click on this button called copy embed code. It goes green like this and it says copied embed code. And you just go into your Moodle page. And you probably know this because you've been using your Moodle page, that you need to turn editing on. It will, for the first time you log into Moodle, it will probably be like this. So you need to turn editing on and then just say add an activity or resource. We are looking for the option called page. And then I just need to give it a name that I'd like to see. For the video, I could call it demo 1, chapter 1, whatever you are referring to in your class. And then from this general box, I go to the content section. I'm looking for the downward facing arrow. Once I click on this, I'm looking for this option called as HTML. I go into this option, replace the existing text, just say paste or Control V. It will paste the code that we've copied from the website. And we just say save and return to course or save and display. So let's just say save and return to course. And there we have our video. So we go to the video. And then we just play the video.
Biology is the scientific
You can do everything that you do on the website within the Moodle page. So this can be used for a full screen. This can be used for speed regulation. This can be used for a closed caption in different language. So all of the options that are possible on the website are possible onto the Moodle page. Why embed on a Moodle page? Because once you put it on the Moodle page, students don't have to log in or go to the website, and they are able to access the video at any given point in time from home, from college, from anywhere within the Moodle page that you have set up for them. So that's the biggest advantage. You can do one video at a time as I demonstrated, or you can also do an entire list of videos. So you can do bulk videos, also saving you time. And then you can also have the option of doing these videos with quizzes and then set them up exactly like you set up your Moodle quiz. You can grade them, time them. You can see how many attempts. Everything that you can do in general with the Moodle quiz is what you can do with the quiz that comes along with these videos. So what I'll do is I'll stop sharing my screen for a second, give it a break. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Thanks a lot, Shraddha. Silakan Bapak atau Ibu,
Ya,
bila ada pertanyaan.
Pak Farhan.
Ya.
Thank you for the presentation, Shraddha and Patrick. I found it very useful, even very tempting ya. Ini supporting our role in university, especially in library. But the basic question, is there any plan of having Indonesian translation in the future? Because may say not all of the students are quite fluent in speaking English. So I found it very useful if there are any option for having Indonesian translation. That's first
So,
question. Second question of me is about copyright. If there certain regulation of copyright from JoVE, especially when the teacher disseminate those video for the student, and then the student also disseminate them for their student, is it possible? Because most of the students are also being a teacher in certain level, you might say on junior high or senior high. But Pak Farhan, I found that it is very useful for us,
Thank you,
especially
Pak.
for Universitas Palangkaraya, which related to certain faculty, especially chemistry, biology, and also
Engineering gitu ya.
engineering and also kedokteran. Yeah.
Ya.
That will be all for the question. Thank you.
okay. So for the
Thank you, Pak.
first question, the Indonesian language or Bahasa, we will be pleased to actually take in requests like that once we have a user base growing. We have done this in different regions. Once we have the number of schools within a region growing, we have catered to this request. So while we are doing these translations in many different languages, I do see this as a possibility in the near future. For the second question, as long as the videos are distributed via an LMS system or any of the learning management systems, for example, it does not have to be a standard LMS, but if you're using Google Classroom, for example, as long as you have logged in, you or the student, as when they are into a teacher role, are logged in to the website using their institutional email ID, and they're doing it via the code, it's perfectly all right. That's not a problem. Yeah.
Thank you for the answer.
Thank you. Mungkin ada pertanyaan lagi dari Pak Kusnida atau dari rekan-rekan yang lain?
Mungkin dari teman-teman yang lain ya, terutama ini beberapa teman dari kedokteran hadir, dari teknik sipil juga hadir, juga dari Pak Lingwa, ketua jurusan dari bahasa. Mungkin Pak Farhan juga bisa nanti turut membantu apabila ada major yang tidak tercover begitu ya. Because from the presentation I found it only natural science major. How about if there are is there any offers for non natural science major?
Maksudnya MIPA Pak ya, STEM ya maksudnya.
Misalnya ada, is there any videos related to sociology, anthropology, or any other social science for us, for not only natural science video?
At the moment, we do not have anything in the subjects you mentioned. But apart from natural sciences, again, not in social sciences, but we are expanding the platform to include some business administration related content. So that is something that you should be able to see now in 2024 in a couple of months.
Ya, saya pikir sih dari saya cukup ya, tinggal tunggu ini aja, tunggu trialnya mungkin ya kalau dimungkinkan supaya bisa saya share nanti lewat LMS.
Aktif seharusnya Pak ya?
Oh sudah, saya belum dapat infonya nih, udah ya?
Sudah Mas Tugu ya?
Sudah saya email ke Bapak Kusnida, linknya juga sudah saya sampaikan.
Oke, thank you.
Nanti tinggal Bapak sebarkan saja ke Sivitas.
Oh iya, Pak Teguh.
Siap, baik.
Ya, jadi untuk sementara ini Pak Kusnida di job kita memang dia fokusnya ke STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, dan Medicine. Tapi tadi sesuai Syada bilang, udah mulai expand ke arah subjek-subjek lain. Insya Allah di tahun ini juga Business Administration tadi itu juga udah keluar. Mungkin untuk yang sekarang ini di UPR bisa untuk coba dulu free trial-nya Pak. dilihat dulu pemanfaatannya gimana ke fakultas-fakultas dan ke user. Insya Allah sangat bermanfaat ya Pak ya platformnya. Nanti baru kita bisa bahas lagi ke depannya gimana. Nah, untuk masalah registrasi, kalau ada kesulitan atau apa-apa, kita juga bisa bantu Pak. Kita bisa mungkin buat separate session untuk membantu membuat akun, ya, memastikan semua aktivitas bisa menikmati free trial yang sedang berjalan.
Aduh, makasih banget ya Pak Farhan, Pak Teguh nih.
Sama-sama Pak Kusnida.
Sampai hari ini mungkin kalau terkait dengan jurnal, khususnya elektronik jurnal, kita baru sama EBSCO saja. Dan tahun ini kita coba jajaki dengan Thomson dan Natural Science ya. Tentu dengan harapan harganya masuk gitu kan. Dengan penawaran JoVE ini sebetulnya ada opsi lain yang bisa saya nanti sampaikan kepada pimpinan. Thank you, makasih. Patrick, I was once in University of Tasmania, Patrick. So,
wow. Yeah, that's a great university.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really like it there. It's a good place.
Ya.
Pak Kusnida.
Mungkin ada yang lain yang ada pertanyaan, Pak. Ya, gimana Pak Farhan?
I was actually in Uni of Western Australia.
Oh
jadi
iya.
kita berdua sama-sama lulusan Australia.
Ya. Sama-sama orang di barat ya, orang di bawah.
Di selatan ya Pak ya.
Mungkin ada yang lain, silahkan. Ada dari teman-teman kedokteran mungkin yang ingin menyampaikan pertanyaan. Adapun untuk trial nanti Pak Farhan, kita ini ya hanya bagian-bagian saja atau
full Pak?
Bisa untuk semua ya, full ya?
Untuk semua. Jadi yang research dibuka dan yang education-nya pun dibuka. Ya.
Thank you. Makasih.
Makasih. You're welcome.
Ya. Silakan jika Bapak Ibu ada pertanyaan bisa dalam bahasa. Nanti
tadi
kita
Pak Palingwa ya, kayaknya Palingwa ada.
Baik, silakan Bapak. Baik.
Di Palingwa ada di pertanyaan mungkin di chat box kalau nggak salah tadi Pak Farhan.
Sudah dijawab oleh Patrick sebelumnya Pak? Lewat chat juga dijawabnya. Ya. Tadi saya baru cek lagi, free trial-nya aktif sampai 31 Maret, Pak.
Sip. Oke, thank you. Sambil nunggu nanti kan comments dari fakultas terutama yang kedokteran, MIPA, teknik, pertanian. Jadi sambil tunggu komen mereka juga. Oke, thank you.
Siap. Oke, kalau nggak ada pertanyaan lagi Pak, mungkin kami bisa tutup. Tapi nanti kalau ada pertanyaan-pertanyaan bisa langsung dikirimkan ke kami. Kami akan jawab bisa lewat email atau WhatsApp ya Pak ya.
Oh ya, betul. Boleh kita foto bersama dulu Pak buat
boleh Pak.
Laporan ke pimpinan ya.
Baik.
Mohon izin sebentar.
So Patrick and Shraddha, we're taking a picture.
Mohon dibuka Bapak Ibu. Oke, ya. Thank you. Cukup. Terima kasih. Sekali lagi Pak Farhan, terima kasih atas pertemuan kita pada pagi hari ini, pagi menjelang siang. Dan berharap kita punya kerjasama di kemudian hari. Ya.
Amin.
Patrick, Sadra, thank you for very pleasant presentation. Hopefully we have something in the future. Hopefully, ya.
Thank you for your help.
Teman-teman makasih, ibu-ibu dokter makasih, teman-teman sekalian makasih untuk kehadirannya.
Ya, makasih Kak.
Ya, makasih Bapak Ibu sekalian.
Thanks Patrick, thanks Shraddha. Terima kasih Pak Kusnida.
Thank you Farhan.
Thank
you for your help.
Assalamualaikum.
Halo Bapak semuanya.
Bye-bye.
Selamat pagi.
Izin live ya Pak.
Thank you. Bye-bye.